Okay, hi, welcome. Look at this screen. What can you identify or recognize anything? Okay, here is envelope, a label, um a phone and tablet, and we have chairs, and is this a couch or a sofa? Okay, I want to ask you, in which category does this belongs to? This can belongs to office, the envelope, the label. We can also have different category it belongs to. Phone can belongs to technology, and the furniture, the chairs and the couch belongs to furniture. Let's say you're given a data whereby there are different category of products a particular superstore or a market sells, and you are to analyze each of these um, charts or each of these category. Therefore, you may need to understand each of these products that the company sells and the quantities and others. So I'll be diving deep into showing you a data that looks like this using the sample data store, which I will embed it into the link of this video where you can download and follow along. Okay, here is a table where we have those following data. Before you start analyzing the data, I know by looking at this data as a beginner, you're like, wow, it's a lot of data to consume. And believe me, there are a lot of data that is bigger than this. And you being a data analyst, you are expected to analyze and find pattern and insight through the data by what you are being given. Now, as you can see here, we need to understand each of these column or each of this label given to this data. We can see an ID, and also if you look down here, we also have an ID. This almost look related, right? But you need to place an understanding and deep or deep into the data and see what's the difference. We have an order ID and we have a customer ID, or we also have an ID. Now, ID are always unique. Order ID is also unique. Customer ID is also unique. But a customer can have a repeated order ID and also have a repeated ID. Now, why I'm telling you this is because if you look at the ID here, the customers can come back. A customer who has registered into this um, particular website or superstore website to make a purchase or purchase any item will be given an ID for that purchase of particular item. But look at on order ID, we have this ID appear twice, and the customer has ordered this particular item twice. Now there is repeated ID for that item. Maybe depending on the time. That's why I said you need to understand the data. Now looking forward, we have segments. We have the customer names, the country in which this particular customer is situated, also the city, the state, and they also have a postal code. So, meaning that the superstore has enough data to track up every customer that they are coming to patronize in the company or in the superstore website. Now, it also track the product ID. Each product has an ID. That means they might have a lot of products or similar products. So for identifying a particular product, they use an ID, a unique ID assigned to a particular product so that if they want to search by ID, they can easily identify that particular product. And looking at the category, segment and category are totally different. I can say that the reason why they might have a segment, can you see consumer, corporate, and home office? That means they might have a particular segment in the website, or maybe it's a physical store. They place this particular item in this particular segment, and this segment as a consumer can belong to a furniture, office supply, and others. But there are some set of um, segments that are not a consumer segment that belongs to home office or corporate use. So that's why segments and category are different. We have other subcategories, product names, and talking about the values and the metrics, we have the sales. Now, these sales are what we use to measure the outcome or the result of how this product has been performing in due time or in a particular time. You also see the quantity for any products being sold. Is there any discounts given to this product? Is there profit? Is there profit we have made? Is there anyone we have made some loss? These are the things that we look into a data. So first of all, you need to understand the data you are working on. So I we expect you to look more deep into this data. Here we come again. We have the data. If you notice that I have reduced the amount of data, like I told you, this might look very scary to you while you're starting up. So I had to reduce the data. This is still an introduction of what we are going to do ahead. This is not close to the advanced level of what we're going to see on this particular course. So going ahead, we have the category, subcategory, and if you want to, you're surprised on how we are having OPQ, is because I hid the data, in which I'm going to show you as we get started on how to hide the each column if you don't want to see anything in particular or you want to hide it from anyone. Okay. For you to calculate the total sales, quantity, discounts, and profits, we need to use some functions, and functions that you are going to mostly use in this course in seeing the trend of data over a period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and type the function on the sales, total sales, then I click on this. We going to highlight this, then click on enter. So I can also push it down to profit. Now this work automatically when you drag it forward. That means the total quantity discount that has been issued, the profit that they made over a period of time will also be automatically calculated after you drag it out. Now, if you notice that when I place my cursor or click on this value on the quantity, we have the SS, and we have also clicking on the discounts, we also have the TT. So I will go ahead and also do the same thing um, for average. Clicking on average, I can also use this function, Control Shift down, then click on enter. If you notice, I use different method in getting there. So you can either choose to use highlighting the whole value on S, or you use Control Shift down to get the whole value. Now dragging this out, I still get the total average quantity in which customers buy. and also get average sales, discounts, and the profits. I won't You will not notice why we could not get the average profit. But along the course, I'm going to tell you why we cannot get the average profit shown here. So the minimum is also the function mean. Then you highlight the whole, click enter, then you drag. That means the minimum sales there is 1, and the quantity sales 0, and the minimum discount is minus this and average. So I can also go ahead and also find the maximum sales by using the function key max. Enter. Then we get our maximum sales, maximum quantity, maximum discount, and maximum profit. So I believe you enjoyed this video. Please, as I've always told you, make sure you follow this course through. I'll be diving into showing you the interface and understanding the whole of Excel interface and the whole part of Excel. Anything I did not touch, you ask me a question and I will going to touch that immediately. Thanks.